Okay, so after Rakim, they got Andre 3000 at 12.
And this is probably where we're going to end up having to end the show because we're not going to have any space to talk by the time Michael's done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Happy
Go ahead.
birthday.
I'm going to let you do it.
Happy birthday to Big Boy, by the way.
Yeah.
To have
The person that
Andre
should be on this
3000 at number 12 on the top 50 rappers list and to have his partner in rhyme not on the list at all. Especially when Andre himself has no rap work to speak of outside of Outkast's catalog, where Big Boy has what, 3 or 4 solo rap albums now?
4.
Yeah, because I'm
Got 4
counting
solo
Speaker
rap
Box,
albums, Mike. It's got 4 solo rap albums.
I don't. Let me read what they're saying. Maybe they're explaining how this makes sense. 36 Chambers says, "Sidebar, Coop, you sold me on Mirror Music. Interested in perspective on other genres. When do y'all do a show? And are they live events or just uploaded?"
They're not live events yet because we don't have a big enough following to constitute it being a live event. But we do a show once a week and then we break it up throughout the course of the week. So we'll record on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and it'll be up on Monday, and then smaller segments of the show will be available throughout the course of the week for you to kind of catch the piece that you may want to catch. Like some people may want to catch the rap side, some people may want to catch the pop side, some people may just want to catch a conversation. So it's just kind of set up like that. And we just set it up like that. You can just go look at the pod. We got literally 50, 60 videos. A lot of this stuff that y'all are talking, I've already covered. That's why it's funny how people are trying to talk to me. I don't actually do that too. That's why I think some of this is funny. But yeah, I do that too. Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Let me read.
Joni Mitchell never lied, Mike.
Joni Mitchell never lied. On and on. Okay. The South got something to say. Of course, they're going to start it out with that.
Oh, God. It's so taboo.
You know why I told you I never liked the... Never. I don't even want to go on that tangent. South got something to say, Andre said in a rebuttal to New York's crowd booing Outkast for their best new rap album win on the 1995 Source Awards. Listen, I want everybody to understand. And maybe I'm wrong. But everybody who wasn't from New York and got on that stage that night was getting booed. It's nothing personal. Anybody who wasn't from New York.
Snoop and Dre got booed. Snoop had to cut a fool.
Exactly.
Y'all don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg?
Exactly. This wasn't nothing personal.
Y'all don't got love for the West Coast and Death Row?
Exactly. That's where that came from.
Look, and this was 5 million albums in, and he was saying that in New York. He was 5 million albums in, and he was saying that in New York.
This was Dre accepting his Producer of the Year award, and Snoop just comes around, grabs the mic. Y'all ain't got love for Snoop and Dr. Dre? Let it be known then. So yeah, anybody that got on that stage that night was getting booed. They wasn't from New York. It just is what it is. So it wasn't East Coast hating on the South or whatever. But anyway, he had a point, and Outkast certainly played a key role in that, of course. The duo, interesting, they actually acknowledged them as a duo. The duo in 1994's debut Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music used gospel-influenced tracks produced by Organized Noise to introduce the main nuances of the character of Atlanta. The group notched 3 number ones. You hear what they keep saying, Coop. The group, right? This is crazy. The group notched 3 number ones.
It sounds like they're acknowledging that they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but keep going, Mike. Go ahead.
Because he doesn't have anything for them to point to individually. The group notched 3 number 1 Hot 100 hits. So 25 million albums. The group, that is. And account for rap's most recent album of the year win at the Grammys. Andre 3000 emerged as the star of the group for his singular flair. Sadly, the duo went their separate ways, with fans still yearning for a solo album from Andre. We never got that, by the way, solo rap album. Still, on the guest side, Andre's stamina and lyrical veracity remain top tier. Crushing features for Jeezy, I Do. DJ Unk, Walk It Out.
So this is what
UGK's
they. So Mike,
International
hold on,
Players
Mike. No,
Anthem.
no, no, no. Stop. Hold on. They bringing up features and Outcast material. This is why he doesn't belong on the list.
He is
They're
the
explaining.
12th.
They're explaining their rationale for putting him so high is actually why he doesn't belong.
Yeah. Overall, 3000's eclecticism and intricity and mind-blowing rhymes provides proves that you can be out of this world and still cut through. He has no solo material for them to even
There's no
try
solo
to
material to
inflate.
critique. 'Cause
They're
think
giving
about
him
it.
number 12 all time off of features.
This is a rapper list, right? And they just went to group work and features.
They went to group work and didn't even put the other group member in the top fucking 50. That's crazy. So y'all really think that Dre's that much better than Big Boy? This is disrespectful, man. Like, it's one thing that you think Andre's better than Rakim and LL Cool J somehow, but Outkast's catalog is so great that only one member out of the two gets all the way to number 12, and the other member, who, if you really listen
Doesn't
to their
register.
music, had a lot to do with creating what they made, doesn't
on.
even get
You
top
wanna
50,
know what?
and that guy has 4 albums.
And you want to know what? And this is where the pull up happens because we're going to pull up on them on Twitter and ask them to explain.
How does Big Boy not even get a
because
slot?
I don't think you understand. Their same explanation is the bullshit. Their explanation is the bullshit, Mike. You get what I'm saying? Like the explanation and the rationale for how they hold him and how they are regarding things. Well, based on the way that they are regarding things for certain other MCs, it's like, well, Big Boy should be on this list if that's the case, because Big Boy has everything that Andre has. Like, he has the guest appearances.
Yeah.
And he has the actual, I don't know, Outcast work that they're talking about.
He actually has more guest appearances. He has more important guest appearances, actually.
And he's got 4 solo albums, Mike.
And one of these guest appearances they're talking about, Big Boy's on there. He's on International Players Anthem.
And I hate to be the one to break this to people. It's like, they won Best Rap Album at the Grammys, okay?
No, they won Album of the Year.
Okay,
but you know what? That was because he was singing, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't because of his rhymes.
How about
it is what it is.
How about this? Did they even bring up his solo album on here?
Because it's not a rap album. It's a rap list.
Say that again. Say that again.
It's not a rap album, so they couldn't even bring up the Love Below. They couldn't even try to fake it. They had to bring up features. Quincy Hogan, and you know what, by the way, Big Boy's on the Walk It Out thing too that they're talking about. Everything that they mentioned, except for this Jeezy I Do, Big Boy is on as well. Quincy Hogan with the super chat says, does Little Brother have a case to be a top 10 group? Only group battling 1,000. I'm sorry, only group batting 1,000 with group albums and solo projects. I like Little Brother. Top 10, that's a little steep, man, because, you know, some heavy competition with top 10.
Raekwon didn't make this list. You talking about who?
Talking Little Brother. Uncle Fran with the super chat says, I love Mirror Music, Coop. Great deep conversations there. Yes, go check out Mirror Music. Esquire with the super chat says, since y'all are disqualifying 3,000, what solo Big Boy projects put him in the top 50? He's in my top 50, by the way, just asking a rhetorical question. I think Chico Dusty, this is the thing, kind of like what we did with Prodigy. Once you actually have solo albums in the books, now we can start factoring in some of the group stuff. We did that with Q-Tip as well. You know what I'm saying? Because he solidified himself as a solo artist, not just on his own, but even on Tribe albums. So did Prodigy, you know what I mean? Big Boy has West Savannah on Outkast projects, you know what I mean? He's done that. And so when you actually can see that this person can carry a 2 to 3 verse song on their own, then yeah, we can start factoring in everything else. But Andrè is the only MC, period, that we cannot find one single song where he has 3 rap verses and a hook. Find me somebody, please. This is not normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not normal. In a 30-year career that is held so high, and these people want to sit here and act like everything Outkast is basically Andre's shit. I guess Big Boy had nothing to do with these records, huh? Happy birthday, Big Boy, by the way. I think you're the king of Atlanta, in my personal opinion.
You are the king of
Fuck
Atlanta.
what these people think, man.
We love and respect you dearly.
Yeah.
And,
he keeps the Dungeon family together. That Dungeon family album doesn't happen without Big Boy's efforts. Killer Mike's career doesn't happen without Big Boy's efforts. Janelle Monáe's career doesn't happen without Big Boy's efforts. And this is the type of treatment he gets for it.
I don't know what to say.
Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, "We all love Thought and the Roots. It's very surprising that there's never been another hip hop band. Why haven't anyone tried to emulate them? Money, man. Like, people ain't trying to split money down that many ways. I mean, that's why we got so many solo artists and groups went away.
Money.
Yeah.
Money.
And shout out to the Migos. I love the fact that the Migos were able to bring the group dynamic back, but they're family though, so it's a little different.
Yeah, that's bro and cuz and them.
So yes, I mean, I would love for anybody at Billboard, Vibe, and because Vibe doesn't get away scot-free on this. Tell me how Andre's number 12 all time and Big Boy's not even in your top fucking 50, and all you have to point to for Andre's justification is Outkast efforts. You know, so there's only two of them in the group, right?
No. How about this? Let's go to somebody like Ice Cube, who was in a legendary group as well, and let's go to his solo material. How can you justify, and Scarface from the Ghetto Boys, how can you justify? This was the thing with Andre that you exposed me to that people need to understand, because I used to fight for Andre like they're kind of fighting for Andre, and you were like, Maku. It's like, Ice Cube got that NWA stuff, but he got the Ice Cube stuff, and he got the West Side Connection stuff. Well, Scarface got the Ghetto Boys stuff, and then there's the Scarface stuff, and then there's the collaborations with people like Ice Cube and Tupac and Master P, and it's like, how's Dre ahead of these guys again?
Exactly.
Like, not with any sort of vitriol, because I think sometimes when we speak, because we speak passionately, people have the message misconstrued about what we're trying to convey. So let's make sure we're conveying this properly.
Right. I
you
love
have
Dre.
somebody without a solo rap album ahead of Rakim, LL Cool J, Scarface, and Ice Cube. We're going to have to revoke your card. Because on the same list, Mike, on the same list, Prodigy, Cool G Rap, and Raekwon are not on it.
Because what people
Mike,
are disregarding...
Too Short's not on it now, too. Because we actually put Short down.
Yeah.
And Cam's not on here.
This is what people are disregarding. It takes something different to be able to be a solo artist. It does. And when you're a group member, that's fine too. But let's not sit here and act like the other person in your group just doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, Andre's impact that everyone's talking about, and he does have impact. It doesn't work if Big Boy's not there. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there. The only reason why a lot of people was rocking with the fact that he had the blonde wigs and all this other stuff going on is because Big Boy was right there to support it. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. But the other thing is, too, man, like, it takes a lot to just have the confidence to go out there and be a solo artist and, you know, just do your shit and have everybody gravitate to you without having to gravitate to a collective. And if you've never jumped out there and attempted to do those things and you're shining, in comparison to your group member or whatever, that's one thing. But you can't be compared to other solo artists if you've never taken that plunge. You just can't. And that's just the bar outside of the bars, outside of the fact that you're averaging 14 verses an album where somebody who's solo is averaging like 40 verses an album. That's a whole nother conversation. But I just feel like, as an Outkast fan, and Andre is my favorite rapper growing up, man. After Method Man, you know what I mean? Method Man was first, and Andre, whatever. I just feel like Andre just doesn't have it in him to make a solo rap song, let alone a damn album. And with that being said, there's no way in hell you could be ahead of somebody like Rakim, Scarface, Ice Cube, LL Cool J, if you don't have it in you to make a individual rap song by yourself. You don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And it's fine. But we got to put that in context. But to leave the guy out who made all this material with him, it's crazy. It's disrespectful, man. And I'm tired of Big Boy getting disrespected in this Outkast collective, man. It's sick.
Well, this is what I mean about how this list is invalidated, and this is where it gets invalidated totally. Well, I've said this on this show before. Prodigy's not on this list, Mike, and Raekwon's not on this list, so you know exactly what I'm about to say. Where's Andre's Incarcerated Scarfaces or Quiet Storm? Where's the proof? Because, like, Incarcerated Scarface and Quiet Storm is proof. Spot Rushers, proof. Live from New York, proof. Sneakers, proof. You get what I'm saying? Keep it thorough. Proof. Like, there's proof that these guys, by themselves, cannot just be great, but be epic. And we don't have any proof of his epic nature as a solo rap artist. I'm not trying to be a hater.
Okay, all right. Quincy Hogan has a super chat I want to address, and I'm sure people are going to say this in the comments after the show. He said, 3 Stacks doesn't need a solo album with 3 verses. His lyrical ability is enough to body anything in front of him, and is enough top 10 without question, no debate. Okay, this is the thing, man. Even if you think that, let's take this to sports, right? Great as James Worthy was, we know James Worthy's level of talent. You know, he was the #1 overall pick, but he played with Magic and Kareem.
It's different.
It is different.
It's a different level.
Now, we've never seen him go out there and have to carry a team. You're not going to compare him to somebody who has had to do that and succeeded in doing so. You're just not. You're not going to sit here and say, yo, I'm comparing Worthy with Wade or something. Like, you can't do that. You haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you think that Drake could do with 3 verses, but we don't know. It's never been proven.
We have no evidence,
and
Mike.
to actually sit there and match up your imagination with shit that really happened, no, Rakim really does have a lyrics of fury. I ain't got to imagine that shit. Rakim really does have an Eric B as president. He really does have a microphone fiend.
Mike, he has it 20 times over.
Yeah,
That's
I don't have to make that up.
This is what I mean. So understand
crazy.
how disrespectful that it is. Rakim might be the king of the solo mission, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, of all the solo MCs, he's the soloist. Like, he probably has, like, it's probably Nas or Jay at this point, but as far as peak level material, Mike, he probably has the most iconic classic songs by himself.
Yeah. No MC in sight. Like,
as far as, like, by himself.
Yeah.
Like, I be telling people, it's like, no, Life's a Bitch got AZ on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On Paid in Full? No. That's, you know what I'm saying? It was written? No. I'm very clear that I hear Havoc on the hook of the setup. I'm very clear that Prodigy and Havoc are on Live Nigga Rap. That's Foxy on Watch Them Niggas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's Dre on Nas Is Coming. Oh, that's the Firm on Affirmative Action. Paid in Full and Follow the Leader and Let the Rhythm Hit Him. Solo mission of classic shit.
Yeah.
Like, solo mission.
Yeah. LP with a super chat says, Big got better solo songs on Cass albums than Dre. What? Big got better solo songs on Cass albums than Dre. That's funny. He does. I mean, West Savannah. But Dre doesn't have any solo songs on the Cass album.
We have evidence. The closest thing he has to a solo song is Babylon on AT Aliens.
And Big Boy has to clean that up. He came in the 3rd verse. Why didn't Dre just finish off Babylon himself? Huh?
We can talk about this, you know.
I'm just saying, it doesn't exist, and I'm tired of people acting like it did when you got somebody who's right next to him who was a part of all of these albums, a major part of all these albums, and then made 4 solo albums on his own, and he gets left off a top 50 rappers list, and this guy gets 12 just because he is invisible? It's crazy.
Mike, did you ever thought that you'd see the day where you would pull up and do a hip-hop podcast, and I would be getting called a hater about my thoughts about Kendrick, and you would be getting called a hater about your thoughts about Andre?
We're fans of both. We're big fans of both.
Don't know anything. You want to know what, too? I'm tired of people treating me like I'm saying that I'm the rap expert. It's like, no, I'm not the rap expert. But if y'all are dedicating the amount of time that I'm dedicating to it, then talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like y'all saying that I'm not no rap expert on it. Well, it's like when y'all are at work, this is what I'm doing. So if I'm not the expert, then who is? Because it damn sure ain't like B. Dot or Rosenberg or these other motherfuckers. So who is the expert? Because it ain't y'all. If it ain't them and it ain't y'all, because y'all are at work, then who is it if I'm the one that's doing it?
Well, I think everybody has their opinions in those things, and it's great. You know what I'm saying? I think we're here for everybody to share their opinions and knowledge and collective, just discourse. But this thing about it doesn't matter that you don't have an individual song with 3 verses is just insane. I mean, how do you really think that? Let's just look at again. Let's look at sports, right? Because y'all want to say quality over quantity. Are you going to sit there and say that somebody who's shooting 60% from 3 but only attempted 10 baskets is a better shooter than the motherfucker who attempted 100 and made 60? Really? Is that what we're doing? Volume does matter. It does. That's why longevity matters.
I am. Hold on. Let's get this straight. Like, I am super arrogant because I dedicate the time to it. To be called super arrogant. I called the whole release date. I called the album of the year. I've been calling a lot of this stuff because this is what I do. But you all pull up. Y'all pull up at random and make it seem like I don't do this when the opinion doesn't fit what you want. And that's not fair to the time that I put in. So yeah, I'm talking shit about it because y'all pull up and trust my commentary until it doesn't coincide with yours. Nah, that ain't how this shit work, fam. You either trust the commentary or you don't. You feel me? That's like going to the plug and being like, nah, I don't want none of that work this week. I don't know what type of plug you are. It's the plug. You pulling up every week. That's like me having my relationship with the plug right now and be like, oh, I don't know about that shit that Taj just said. How am I going to say that after all this time when she done fed me so much solid shit? You're like, I don't know if that shit she's saying solid right there. It's like, oh, when did that happen?
Cool, you do.
She going to look at me side. If I were to pull up on her the way people pull up on me at According to Hip Hop, she would stop talking to me. Because she'd be like, damn, nigga, where's the love? Where's the respect? I thought I was your mans. Thought I was your folks.
Coop, you do a great job. I think people be trolling sometimes, man.
No. It be people that follow. No. I understand that they be trolling, Mike, but it be the people that follow us religiously that do most of the trolling. It's like, oh, no. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Andre don't deserve to be on this list. Kendrick's too high. Where is Cool G, Rap Prodigy, and Raekwon? And kiss my ass goodnight. It's about time to go.
But yeah, Esquire, I am a Scorn fan. I mean, I'm a Scorn fan of Outkast, and I don't like the fact that half of the group, Big Boy, is getting treated like he wasn't a part of the group at all. I don't think that's cool. Especially if you're really a fan of their music, you can understand and you can hear his influence on their biggest songs. I think that's unfair. He's the person that actually does the work. He's the person that actually keeps the brand alive. Because if it was up to his group member, the Outkast brand would have went away in 2003. Big Boy's out here doing the work. He's out there performing. He's wearing the Outkast gear, wearing the Outkast jackets. Even on his solo logo, he has the Outkast logo in there. He keeps the Dungeon family together. Shout out to CeeLo. He does a similar thing as well. But he gets no praise for this. I don't like the fact that we're sitting here treating him like he's a non-factor in the group. Yeah, I guess I am a Scorn fan in that way. And then you want to put one member above Rakim and LL Cool J. It's crazy. It is. It's disrespectful on so many levels, man. Kanye West is number 11. Before we get out of here, I think you're on mute or something. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Coop. I don't know if the people hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
That's my fault. I hit the mute button by accident. I was just laughing. You were like, it's so disrespectful. And you're like, Kanye's number 11. I'm like, oh, perfect segue, but it's time to go.